Hello again, everybody. This is Paul Feuerstein, the editor-in-chief of Dentistry Today, and I'm so happy to be here back with my friend Puneet Nanda. We met little while ago. We had a little conversation, and we had to cut it short. And I went, I need more. I need more. This is so interesting. So, just for those of you who missed the first part, and we'll make sure you see it, he is the CEO and founder of a company called GuruNanda. He's been world renowned. He's been called Entrepreneur of the Year. He's also been called the Disruptor of the Year for good reasons, and we'll see why. But as dentists, he's really focused now on full body wellness. And this is something we talk about all the time. We talk about the oral systemic connection, and Puneet is really on top of this. So let's roll back a little bit. There are some processes and products that we've been talking about last time, and there's this term, there was this term called oil pulling or oil rinsing, and people didn't really understand it. And it's been around for years and years, but Puneet has taken that a step further and gotten some beautiful purified oils. And so why don't you talk about that aspect for starters, and we'll roll from there.
So oil pulling is a very unique Ayurvedic regimen that has been used over the years. Oil is lipid, and lipid means all fat. So we take fractionated pieces like, for example, coconut oil is from C6, C8, C10 to C20. We just take C8, C10, C12, these three fractions that are all liquid, plus the C12 is lauric acid, which is antimicrobial. So it helps with dysbiosis situation in case, so that it helps maintain the oral microbiome rather than killing the entire microbiome, which is done by more things like antiseptic things like alcohol. This product is more like a food product, but used for a specific reason. So now added are essential oils like tea tree, natural antiseptic, oregano, natural antibiotic, clove, natural anesthetic, spearmint, peppermint, cardamom, and fennel. Fennel also helps with stimulating saliva, which helps remineralize. So all of this swished together helps, all of this swished together loosens the biofilms behind which the Streptococcus mutants love to reside. So once those biofilms are loosened and you brush after using oil pulling, you are taking off the igloos of those Streptococcus mutants. That means even though you're eating sugar, that acid poop that is causing the cavity is less in amount because most of the Streptococcus mutants are not available. So that is the whole process. Yeah, that is the whole reason, because biofilm is a continuous process. So if you do it once, because of the nature of these essential oils and oils, they kind of act long after you've done it. So it's a pretty long acting effect. Secondly, because these are oil and your spit or your saliva together, they act as emulsifying agents. You're also cleansing your mouth in entirety. So once you've oil pulled, you'll feel like a cleaning like you've never done before. It's almost like out of the dentist office cleaning done. So that is the beauty about it. And you also do it for extended period, not just 30 seconds, but 2 minutes. I don't propose 10 minutes because that's too much. That is used to be done when the oil was like virgin coconut oil. This is a specific way done so that you get all the results in 2 minutes. We have clinicals, all the clinicals that we have done from major universities are all done on 2 minutes.
And you're sourcing your own oils too.
Everything is farm to bottle. We are vertically integrated. We manufacture everything in Los Angeles, California, and every oil is sourced from farms that we control. So 100% vertical integration.
And then you mentioned, so now I've removed my biofilm. I still want to brush my teeth. So you have this wonderful toothbrush. And I will say, I'm an endorser of it. I use it every single day. It's the best toothbrush, I think. I hate to say this to the other companies, but this is a fabulous toothbrush. It's called
butter. The reason it is called butter on gums, that is the reason. because uh, it literally is 10 times the bristles of a normal toothbrush, but it is 10 times softer. These Softex bristles are such that they do the similar amount of clean. Many people say, oh, it feels that they didn't clean enough, but it is because most people have been trained to be clean with a hard toothbrush. I know people who still use firm toothbrushes. Back in the day, and when I was a young kid, the ad used to run, if it doesn't bleed, it doesn't work. That was the ad in India. And now we all know that it is a recipe for gum recession and enamel erosion because you can do it. I also want to show you something pretty amazing that is coming soon.
Oh,
It
sure.
is the mini version of butter on gums toothbrush. Now you've seen the adult version, which is available in stores like Walmart or Amazon or something, but we are launching this mini version. These are 30 of them that you can actually keep in your purse. There's a lot of ready-go brushes, but this is very, very unique. This is pre-pasted and you can swallow the paste. It's basically, it's nothing that actually it's not your regular toothpaste. It's just to ensure that you get the fresh breath. Most of the brushes in the market, similar ones, are very hard. They're made of silica or something. These are butter on gums bristles. Plus, this is a little pick at the very
Oh,
end. It's
oh,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
addicting. It's amazing. Secondly, I do want to tell you, people, kids especially, who are wearing aligners, or women who are working in offices, they want to go inside a meeting, they don't have time, just do it. And you don't want to spray, you don't want to chewing gum. This is the best answer. So
Oh,
we're launching this
that's called
now.
ready to go. Ready to go butter on gums.
Ready to go butter on gums. You got it.
Very, very good. So let's talk about toothpaste a little bit then. You mentioned about toothpaste. Now you are using some very interesting toothpaste. You have hydroxyapatite in the toothpaste, and you have, what
Yes,
does
sir.
it mean?
So let me tell you about this toothpaste. For me, I'm not against fluoride by any which means, but
Yeah.
in the morning when you wake up, according to Ayurveda, your body is like a vacuum pump. Like literally, it sucks in everything. And even though it is in particles, even if it is small, it is sublingual absorption is a real deal. And and if most of the toothpastes in the market that I know of are using menthol made either by Bayer or NHU in China, these companies are making menthol from petrochemicals. They are using also, some of them are using peppermint oil that is also not real peppermint oil. Now, this, everything is farmed to you, number one. Number two, the most important thing we've added is hydroxyapatite. So we did not want to add fluoride because there's enough fluoride versions available. So we wanted to really get to the next level and add hydroxyapatite. Now, instead of nano hydroxyapatite, which is a little bit controversial, we have gone and added micro hydroxyapatite. Micro hydroxyapatite microhydroxyapatite, but we have actually a unique kind of microhydroxyapatite that is so small. It is right above nano, so it wouldn't cross the blood-brain barrier, but it will actually go and help enamel remineralization. And we have studies on it from the source. So, and secondly, the nano hydroxyapatite is synthetic. This is from natural source. So we are using natural source. Thirdly, we've also added arginine. Arginine, as you know, is a precursor to making nitric oxide because we feel nitric oxide is one thing that is the most important thing to keep the blood flow going and healthy. And because of that, there is arginine in it. It also helps with sensitivity in the mouth. Apart from that, we also have amazing antimicrobial plant like neem, which has been used in ancient Ayurveda for thousands of years. Xylitol, 10% xylitol is what we have. By the way, a lot of people ask you how much hydroxyapatite. We add 5% hydroxyapatite. This also has 10% xylitol. Xylitol acts directly on strep mutants because strep mutants, they cannot digest xylitol and they go away. Also, xylitol helps with remineralization so that your own saliva can remineralize your teeth. Just to aid that remineralization, we have also added Celtic salt. Celtic salt has 85 plus minerals. So we've added that. It's a perfect toothpaste when it comes to toothpaste. It's also got a lot of other essential oils. But apart from that, we have $1 worth of jasmine oil, which makes a huge difference. So it's called cocoa mint jasmine flavor. There is no flavors. It's all natural. Everything is, we are coming, the sense that you're seeing is essential oil based. Apart from essential oils, we also have vitamins, vitamin K2 and D3 and E. This is like literally made with a lot of love and tender care, will ensure that once somebody has used it, it's slightly bitter. It takes about a week to get used to the taste because of the neem, but we did not want to add any additives, no titanium dioxide, nothing. So there's a slight green color, plus there's a slight aftertaste of neem. But once somebody has used it, they'll never be able to use anything else. The neem in it also ensures that your taste buds are so clean, so you actually enjoy the food that you eat a lot more. So this is about the toothpaste. Long explanation, but really needed.
Like a shotgun approach to everything possible. Not the anti-inflammatories in there, everything going on. This is
Yes, sir.
very exciting here. And now, can you use this with children, or do you have a separate children's process?
So yes, when it comes to children, you can use it for children, but I would put a very little of that for children, and then I would add this one for children. We have a specific one for 1+ toddlers, and this one has very clean toothpaste. There's no abrasives like silica or anything. It is very, very clean. So even if some kid swallows it, no problem. Except the extra poop because it has 10% xylitol.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
of course, I never recommend anybody to swallow anything, but if they do, it's perfectly normal. And this 10% xylitol toothpaste is made specifically for 1+ kids. But for younger audience, like 6 or above, I would suggest putting a little bit of this and this together. Even for older patients, geriatric patients, people over 65, 70 who start to get dry mouth, or for people who have dry mouth issues like xerostomia or some kind of Sjögren's syndrome, those people can also add this to their workup, and it works like a magic because of the extra content of xylitol. The salivary glands are just on extra drive, and a lot of people, a lot of friends, fathers that I've given it to have come and thanked me on this one. They say this is really an amazing product. So this, combine it with your regular toothpaste or this toothpaste, and this will do the magic.
Boy, I mean, this is so. As long as we're talking about dry mouth, you told me about something, and I didn't understand it exactly. You said that, and I don't know if it would work with me, but do you have some sort of a tape you can tape your mouth closed at night so you breathe through your nose?
Got it. My God, this is the biggest trend right now. And it's trend for a reason. It's not just a trend, it's trend for a reason. My very good, famous friends, like people know on major Instagram and those kind of social media networks, Dr. Miles Madison, he uses mouth tape in his daily life, and several of my other friends. This mouth tape is so useful. When you tape it at night, of course, ask your physician before using mouth tape, but it is so useful. It trains you to nasal breathe because God made nose for a reason. You could still have 2-in-1 function, but then he made nose for a reason. You should nasal breathe because when you nasal breathe, not only it's a God made humidifier, when you nasal breathe, you actually are making sure that the nitric oxide production in your body, in the paranasal system, sinuses, you have a lot of bacteria that help with nitric oxide production is a lot more. You don't get dry mouth when you're sleeping with your mouth open. Your saliva is all dried out. So you'll get dry mouth. Not only would you get more breeding ground for bacteria, which means you're having more cavities at the end of the day in case you have dry mouth, you'll also have other issues. But when you have a mouth taped so that you are actually now training yourself to nasal breathe, you will see a sea of change. It also gets you a better night's sleep. And for my 50-plus-year-old friends who get prostate issues, who have to get up at night and go 2, 3 times to pee, they'll see a sea of change, by the way. So we've made a little hole in the middle for a reason, so that you don't feel claustrophobic. You still can breathe if you want to, but it will train you to breathe from the nose. So this is how it works. It is an amazing product. We've just launched it in Walmart Pharmacy, and we're calling it a night tape on Amazon because they don't let you call a mouth tape. They think it's somebody gagging somebody. It's still a
What
product
about
that's brand new.
what
So,
about snoring? Does it help snoring?
oh my God, like I have my assistant Akira, who's been telling me that this has been more useful for her than anything because the boyfriend snored, and this thing has made her life easy and saved her marriage, literally. So it is an amazing product, yes, for
Now,
snow.
this is going to be, I don't know if this is even relevant, but I've seen some athletic training done where they try to have the athletes do more nose breathing than mouth breathing for endurance or something.
Exactly, exactly. Nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule that was just discovered in early 2000, late 98, and it is the hottest trend. If you look at the beetroot and grapeseed extract combination, if you look at tongue scraping, if you look at humming, these are all things that people use to increase their nitric oxide production. This mouth taping is magical, but make sure anybody who starts to get into it, they need to ask their physician, and they need to ensure that they don't have a obstructive or central sleep apnea. They have to consult with their doctor before they use it.
Still have to shave.
No, you can actually, our mouth tape works on bearded people too, so it's pretty good. You don't have, it's all about training
Yeah.
nasal breathing. You don't have to ensure that every part is shut closed for permanently.
Wow, I want to continue, but I think we're running out of time because we haven't even touched on the rest of the human body, and I'm going to leave a little asterisk for everybody. Say we're going to have to come back for more because we have some really, really interesting things to talk about the entire body's wellness system. So for now, let's sit back here. You threw a lot of things at me here. So I'm going to see if I can shut my mouth with this mouth tape and use the new hydroxyapatite toothpaste with xylitol and my butter and gums, my to go, ready to go butter and gums.
I do want to show you something that is really game changing. It's in Ayurveda, and maybe it's not even relevant to dentistry, but it's pretty mind boggling how this navel oiling that we're launching. This oil is a mix of several very unique oils.
Say
This
navel
put
is
in the navel region.
in your body.
Yeah, when you're born, your umbilical cord is actually attached to your navel. So you cut it, right? So those nerve endings are still around. And according to Ayurveda, if you nourish those nerve endings, you can actually fix a lot of things. So navel oil is something that we've just launched on our website, but something that we should talk about next time when we
Wow,
discuss more things. It's unbelievably uh, practical thing, and it works.
that's our
My
that's
practical experience.
that's our teaser for come back for more.
You got it.
Neat. Wow. I'm just sitting here. Wow. I don't
Thank
know what
you.
to even
Thank you, Dr. Paul. It's always a good
let's,
time talking to you. It's
let's
a
make sure
delight.
know that they can get this information at the website gurunanda.com. And spell it carefully. GURUNANDA, gurunanda.com.
Thank you.
You're always entertaining, but this is so. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back now and look at all my biochemistry books and see what you were talking about.
Thank you. Thank you, Doc.
All right,
Thank you
thanks
so
so
much
much.
for your time, and thank you to Dentistry Today for everything that they do for us.
Oh,
Thank
great. All right, we'll see you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.